Being said, 24-hour candle. Oh, this one's a little bit more unique, whereas it's shaped up a little bit different. And we could probably take a little bit more out of IWM as of right now than we can out of the Qs and SPY. That being said, on the 24-hour time frame, we really haven't. It's tough to identify, right? It's okay to say that. It's tough to. Where's your box, right? It's not a lot to see. All right. It's okay to be able to. Sometimes it's just not there. And this, I think, is a prime example of that. So we go to the 4, where everything starts to obviously clear up. We can use our lower time frame green candle closes. We can look at what's beneath us, right? And kind of identify where price is holding. So what is it, right? It's basically a battle between reclaiming, what is it? Friday's highs, after hours highs. And we have been unsuccessful, obviously, in doing that. Now we're flirting with that line on the 4-hour where we could and would more than likely call this bullet bearish. And we could speculate now, but underneath that 242.25, El Shorto, right? First target would be 242.50. Second target could be a little bit farther around the 240 area. That hasn't happened yet. So as of right now, I lie in wait. That being said, stepping out into the lower time frame, 1, 2, 3. All right. Sometimes I do take some speculative positions off of that alone. But part of that is also looking at what's directly up above me and how that occurred. We fell fast. So it could be a whip down a little bit further. Got to be careful, right? Whenever I don't think I've emphasized this enough. Like gapping up or gapping down under or over significant 24-hour levels, easy peasy. Makes your life so much easier. Trying to do that in the middle of the day, whew, smacked. Absolutely smacked. So that being said, if you don't feel it, you don't see it, don't do it. But that's what I am anticipating. Of course, we could look to the highs. There's a little bit more empty space up into the 250s. So if you punch over 247.30, keep that price target in mind. All right. So we're all settled up. Now we look at the Qs. And this is where, God, I mean, lower time frame, it makes it easy to make these decisions. The 24-hour, you can tell we're running into structure. We're right around the 50% mark. On the 4-hour, where everything does get clear, what did we say? I mean, my God, if this isn't, I drew it. If you go watch the video, right? Up, down. And that's what could likely occur does occur in between separate levels like that, right? Now, with that being said, this is our second rejection overhead. You're free to speculate on anything you wish, but I do have a significant level that I do believe will be cost basis, but it's here, right? And we'll zoom in here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Those red candles, that could equal this, which could equal that 610. If you step down into the 2-hour, right? Seems a little bit more clear cut, but this is where I don't. I want to make this clear for those of you guys who are bleeding cash. This is where you don't, right? People with the cash to speculate, you see something like this or something like that. Okay, get ready, right? Get ready. You gap down underneath the floor or reject it. You got a gap, you got empty space. Okay, get ready. Get ready, but not yet, at least for me. To the upside, we got a nasty, absolutely awesome price target potentially of 630. Obviously, the first one being 626. And to the downside, like I said, anything falling underneath that sand trap, 613, 612, 85. Obviously, we're looking in the opposite direction. Let's see here. Now, again, one of the things that makes up a box a lot of the times is this empty space. We're literally sitting I feel zero pressure, right? Maybe me 7 years ago, I would have still just taken because I have buying power. But again, it's the difference between, okay, maybe we have news tomorrow and I'm willing to speculate. No, if it's not what you were looking for, then I can wait. Hopefully something changes between now and the end of the day. If you're looking at this from a wave theory perspective, and you are free to speculate, then waves could say 2 off the top, 1 off the bottom. If you're somebody who does play inside of the box, you could look at that. Other than that, SPY is going to be in a very similar boat, save for the 24-hour looking absolutely nothing, right? Like, well, anything that we recognize. We know we've talked about this being a range, but again, it's okay to just say that something doesn't make sense. So the way that I have this more or less mapped out is this was a box, right? And you move down into the lower time frames, right? It failed. It gapped up overnight, and by pre-market was basically, or even by the end of the day, or excuse me, middle of the day, was already retracing back down, right? Tough part of this is that you had an immediate overhead. So you gapped up 2 resistance simultaneously, not so good. So you did trigger that cost basis. You did try to go and reclaim floor, but you fell back down. That being said, we get to establish this as a floor, right? Something that we've grabbed hold of. We also know that the sand trap on SPY is a little cleaner than Q's. I think Q's IWM, QQQ, right? Just as far as clarity is concerned. 1 hour time frame, empty space right here. We move down, we fill it, we bounce, pop up, retest the floor. So again, you're free to speculate with. I got 686 to the upside, and to the downside, a very clear potential. I think this out of all the speculative setups, if we were to leg down overnight, I think that we could see or even open 675. So out of all of them, I actually, and you'll rarely hear me say this, but like out of all of them, if you're speculating down, but again, speculating and having a good setup are 2 different things. You can have a decent setup that's not ready and speculate on it, but this is the danger. Remember, this is part of being in a Discord. You got to know what's for you and what's not for you. I keep repeating that. Some things are clear. Great candle closes, 24-hour candle closes, right? Saw CMG today. Remember, I had a lot of people asking, what do you think? What did the 24-hour solid candle close? Third one, we got an extra pump today. The lower time frame channel that we built, right? A little bit off, but it did hit 35.16. I didn't have a lot of time to watch this thing. So, and right now it's building right around that price target. Lulu had a similar ordeal, but it had the imbalance that it had to go and hit right at the 50% mark of that wick and floor over here. And it did that. So that being said, what's clear and what's not obviously needs to be a priority. All right, that is our 3 ETFs going into tomorrow. Economic data. Happy December, by the way. 24 days till all the money's gone. Tomorrow, no data. Nothing really exciting happening. Wednesday, ADP non-farm employment change. Thursday, more data. Friday, more data. So that's what we got on the books going into tomorrow. All 3 ETFs, again, nothing crazy. I think SPY, probably out of all of them, has one of the better speculative setups due to the empty space and the fact that the Q's already pulled back to its very comparable level, right? Q's pulled back into what it broke out of, and SPY did not. right? So it is, again, with this rejection overhead, something that we could look at. Again, it failed to make that gap fill. Alternatively, we just stay in here and chop. All right. If you have anything you would like for me to take a look at, drop those requests now, and we'll take a look at it. ACN up. Not bad. Box. Not so much a box. More of a range. I believe I talked about that, but on the 24-hour, clearly you're getting a decent candle close. Decent, right? But it is technically been pulled back underneath. So what I do is I typically look underneath me and say, well, if this is going to continue up, it probably needs to bounce and fling itself up off there. So if you're watching long, 240, 254 would be that retest level. Let's go to the 30-minute. Yeah, it is actually got a box right here that you're currently building as we speak. So outside of that 258.92 could be looking up. All right, let's see. So first green candle to your left. That's perfect. 4-hour range, 50% of that range. You're still holding on to the floor, so that's good, but you are fighting for that cost basis mark. It's a great setup. It's a great setup. Obviously, the goal here, or the struggle is it going to break? Breaking this 50% mark, I believe, should give you a 238, right? Fling you up into that 238, 238.66. That does count as a resistance above you. And that's where there's an empty space to 243. This requires the market to obviously fling itself up. Word up. We ride word. To your left, what do you need to grab? What did you lose? Right? You punched down through the box, correct? You did. That is a punch down. And so you need to reclaim the same floor. That's what he touched today. So above today's high, target 250 for 245 and target 278. But you need it open or close, excuse me, one of the two. That is not good. So just like okay, never mind. Hold on, let's see. Weekly. Well, that makes sense. It actually makes too much sense. That's ridiculous. This is kindergarten chart right here. Look at that. You're just under the sand trap. That is easy peasy lemon squeezy 24-hour time frame. You can adjust that back up over 2065 and aim for 2350 and 2225. Cool. Celsius looking good. I have Hayden's dad.
Is it time?
He well, it is for him, but yes, it is getting close to, again, in order to get to this, right? What needs to happen? It's that simple, right? Does this box need to break? Yes. But is that our signal? No. I'm sorry. But you don't have, sorry, when I started that, I sounded like I was doing a kindergarten show. 43, good start. We're above 42. So this is a good area to set stop losses on longs equity. Right now, we need 44.50. That's step one, right? This is the 4-hour. 46.50 is the last resistance separating us from a $50 retracement. So are we close? Yes. If you're taking weeklies, no. At least I don't think right now. So far, the price action against that first cost basis has gone red, which means I have time. 42.50. Are you guys getting Apple? The ticker is AAPO. Oh yeah, dude. Might be the first ticker I've ever heard about. This one was incredibly straightforward. I think if you have a box brain at all, it was 1, 2, go for the 3. Technically a punchback because you did retrace, pull back, and then punch through that box, struggled at the 50% mark, and now you're moving into all-time highs potentially. That being said, you are well past your 50% mark of this wick. So that's about it. That's all. Unless there's something down here that I can see on the. So this is where, yeah, you literally just have a high. That's it. A rejection point. So that's all I can tell you is 284.25. You got the juice. Market's moving forward. More. Does APP fit my criteria? I like the way you asked that question. Does it fit my criteria? That's fire. Empty space above
He gets a
it.
signal.
Yeah, right. Empty space above it, not so much, but as far as structure, yeah. I mean, as far as price action, yes. Uh Obviously with that type of setup, right, you could be looking on a lower time frame to look for these small pockets of empty space. This helps guide me and price target for contracts and taking profit, right? So there's look at this, bam, and then at that point I would just look at 700. So I mean, it is set up well. And then on a lower time frame, right, as looking at it from here to here, you're approaching that 50% mark, but there is empty space, right? 243.28. So I would look at how you respond to that as you get closer to it. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. If you're already in it, especially, it's not bad at all. Okay. I like that. Good chart. There's a box right there. That's what you're building on, right? It's always good to know what's underneath you. Empty space above. I think you got a string on your chart or something. Let's see here. Lumen. 24-hour. Oh, my neck. 4-hour. So the 4-hour definitely makes the most sense. And so here's what we'll do. We'll clean up the chart. That looks good. I think just leaving it like that. And then let's see, do we have a bucket? Not bad. Yeah, getting closer to. You know what? I mean, I think even hedging this one could be relatively easy considering, I mean, or just getting out of the trade, right? In the most recent price action, right at the bottom floor. So if you did lose today's high, I mean, again, because you've pulled back, now you can use 827. I think decent contract selection, one could be looking at 1035. It's not bad actually. I mean, I'm gonna set an alert on that one for sure. I'm going to assume the contracts are relatively cheap as well. Not a bad chart. Good job, Alvaro. AI down for earnings. Oh, dude, don't get me started. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm still traumatized from this stock.
Yeah, traumatized us.
Mm.
Just wanted. Whoa, hold on. What the fuck? Why is Lumen going off right now? Oh, better chill out, dog. All right. Yeah, I am. Okay. Is it a good setup for me for earnings? No, not for that. That tempting. I know it's had pretty damn good earnings in the past, things like this, and it was set up in a similar fashion. So, I mean, part of me, depending on the cost of the contracts, wouldn't mind playing it up, considering you've dumped, moved into and this is where I even look at the like nitty gritty empty space down there. You have 1172. Yeah, I mean, this just doesn't have that type of. Let me see on this earnings date over here. See, it didn't even go on earnings. It was after earnings. There it did. And it kind of had a similar setup. Yeah, I don't think I might. I'd rather take that up if it was cheap enough. Is that tonight?
I think it's Wednesday.
Wednesday. That's the kind of shit I grab like 1950s or something like ridiculously cheap. Damn. My sinuses hurt. Ouch. All right, so oh wait, hold on. Not bad. Kava's looking pretty good. Does it look so tiny? There we go. Fuck.
You like Cabron? I knew you were gonna like that one.
Yeah.
Shit looks fire, dude.
It's fucking fire on.
I just thought that sometimes when you laugh, it sounds like someone trying to start up their truck. Do you hear it right at the front? It's like I can't even do it. Yeah. Like it won't start a little bit, All right. I do like it. See that? Because someone called AAA, dude. All right. Now you've got a $51 underneath you that you could possibly come back down and retest. This on a higher time frame or on a lower time frame kind of turns into more of a range. So the way I see it, and yes, looks really, really good. The empty space up above you, you got a 57 target and then a 61. You look at the 24-hour though, and it's pretty simple. Now, it has, again, built and done similar things in the past, so we want to make sure that this one does like it did over here, and close above where sellers on the 24-hour control the price, and that was here at 51. So I do think it actually looks pretty good. It's getting over these 54 wicks, and then you're on your way. Kava has... I mean, that doesn't have earnings, right? Yeah.
You're looking at the contracts, all Cabron. You're getting real quiet.
These dudes are crazy. He said I'm getting real quiet. It's a 62. It's a crazy drop off at the 65s for December 19th, but
yeah, I like the 60s.
Same. We got bull. That's not bad. Options on QQQ 616 puts expire on the 3rd. Carla, business coach. Let's see here. 619 puts in the money for the 3rd of, oh my God. Wait, hold on. On Qs. Are you in them already? Is that what you're telling me? $616. I'm sorry. I got dyslexic or something. As of right now, like literally right now, not quite yet. I mean, we're retesting that top over here. You still have a little bit of structure up here. We're still sitting at the 50% mark. To me, it's definitively under where we bounced, which is 616, which means that you'd have to map this out, or rather even just say, okay, my stop loss right now is 617.50. Or you could even say, fuck it, this wick 617.35. So I don't hate it, but you just are required to have or be a little bit more stringent as far as where your stop loss is and stuff. All right, let's see here. Selt. What the hell? I bought some Selt shares for that, and what? Are we in boats or CBOE? This shit looks like salt. Looks like somebody spilled salt on my fucking chart, not Selt. This is a salty ass Selt chart. Like, looks like Salt Bay tried to fucking. I can't chart that. Oh, is that? That's a. Oh my God. That's fucking crazy. Sometimes I forget that shit trades like that, you know? Oh, that shit stressed me out. Where's my Zen? I started putting my Zens in the mini fridge, dude, for a nice, gummy, icy surprise.
This one got earnings tonight.
This has Mondongo.
Yes, sir. This is
Wow.
hitter on earnings.
It does hit on earnings, doesn't it? That empty space downside. No. Oh, no. Rumpelstiltskin.
All right, I wanted to ask. I was looking at 260s. Let me know.
Brother's got me fucking questioning God right now. Hold on. Mondongo, dude.
They're fucking jacked though.
Are they? Holy.
Yeah, the
Are they
260s were $1.
Dude, I mean, I see. Fuck. Oh my God. Let's look at this from a long-term perspective. We got the downside, whatever. The overhead, which is here, which you already made an attempt at. Obviously, if you blow the top off that, you can see like 245. I mean, again, when you take these type of plays, you want to make it cheap, right? Like that's just it. You want to take it cheap, but where does it stop? It stops at structure. So where is structure? Is that structure? That's just a bounce, right? That's just a projection. That's structure. That's 230. And you might be able to get paid. If I'm doing my
I'm trying to get
calculations. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. So I mean 245. It depends on how you're approaching this. You know what I mean? Oh
very
my
light.
God.
Very light. $200.
Sorry, I was just looking at that picture of Rusty, dude. What the fuck? That's wild. All right. Anyway, I I will fuck around and find out. I will. Now, I did fuck around and find out today, and I opened that fucking Pokemon box that Manny begged me not to because it was already worth like $500. Evolving Skies. And I opened it and got nothing out of it. Oh. Took an L, dude. Took an L. Couldn't chart that one.
Wait, what do you mean you don't know what's in it when you buy it?
No. No, those are Pokemon cards. So you might pull a rare one, you might pull nothing. So last comment, yeah. I mean, I see the 257 if this is a punch down into cost bases, and then again, if you want to hedge yourself, you know, I don't know, 505, but that's about it. All right. Anyway. Yeah, somebody find me Rusty in the game. So go.
500 amongst friends, right?
What'd you say?
500 amongst friends.
Yeah. DB, Kava, CRWV. Oh, fuck off. We're run out of buying power, dude. Oh my god. I mean, if this thing was to fail, we could go down a little bit further. I wish it would have touched 56.65. Why couldn't you have done that? But you can't always get what you want. Can't always get what you want. And this would be the 50% mark of a range. So outside of 82.25, you have a floor reclaim, and then you get access to the lots of empty space directly up above you. This thing goes for rippies, and then we'll go for dippies. So honestly, with a stop loss of 75, 76, motherfucker, dude. What are we doing? What's happening? The fuck is even a core weave? And why? 4 days. See, for all of that, for the whole. I mean, this thing can go, especially out of these bases like that. Ugh. So I think 88.33 is first. So if you're looking at like a shorter expiration, those are cheap as shit. We do. Whenever you're buying contracts, you ever just leave your finger on the plus sign so it keeps it just count to 3. Let it rip. Those are good. 88s are weeklies, but if you're looking beyond that, I mean, if you're looking up here at 131, I would consider maybe like a month. Damn, is that even fuck? I'd say 100. I wouldn't even go that far, dude. You could shorten the time date, maybe like 25 days. Oh, Christmas gift, Christmas curse. Who knows? All right. SoFi is getting added to the S&P. Doesn't look like it cares right now, but it looks just like the fucking S&P. That's crazy. Literally identical right now. Besides the fact that it has a shit ton of empty space directly up above it. But just draw a box, man. That's it. Right there. Hold 28.38. It's still a rumor. Oh. Dump it. I was more or less like drawing a range on that. that or it was a Kava. Yeah, 2 hour. Yeah, I mean, you could say, which this was obviously relevant, hit cost basis, popped through, retest, punched up. But the fact of the matter is this range is what you're in. And that range doesn't have a trigger that calls for a punchback. So Asana for earnings tomorrow. Lord have mercy. So definitely some big dumpers, that's for sure. It's sitting at a fucking huge floor going into earnings. You don't have that empty space very much. You already filled up a lot of it. So I mean, maybe if you get a punchback over 14, you could see like a $17 rip over the next couple of days. It seems to really respond to earnings. So you would, hope that that would be the main thing there. And I think, track maybe even a downtrend there might help, which agrees actually with that price target. So, all right, let's see here now. That's a weekly chart. Makes your life way easier. Means 2471. In conclude, it looks like 2485. So, I mean, it's pretty clear cut. Not broken yet. Still very much in range over 2485. You have to go and make that 2587 reclaim of that floor. So, oh, yeah. This is one of them charts. You know what I mean? On a lower time frame, if that's what you're looking for, that could be a great trader, right? If you're looking at it from a long-term perspective, like over 22, right? You have a pretty, I see 2260 and 23. So like that looks good, but 23 also is going to be shared resistance there. So if you're, again, trading this bit by bit, you're going to need to make your way through that next range. Meta is operating in the same space as the Qs, obviously. Tomorrow we could see that gap fill. That gap fill will give you a 652.85 target if you could blow past it. However, we're still locked up in that range, similar to the Qs, right? So box underneath you. Actually say box there, but we'll give it the whole range. Yeah. So that's I mean, right now you're still holding up. I mean, you have a great little launch pad here to potentially pop out and up to that 650 target. It looks good, actually. Especially the way it's closing right now is decent because you're retesting and holding that bounce. AL. I mean, that's not bad. That's how many times up at the top? Fuck, that looks fucking great, actually. I mean, I think from a weekly standpoint, it's probably where you want to look at it, but yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. I'd say, see, box to box. So 15 and 16, I mean, they're dollar moves, but a little bit of a longer expiration. It looks good. Just watch I mean, you're rejecting the highs for the third time, so this is a great place to it gives you an entry. If you don't want to get it down. Excuse me. Coin is wedged. You got a coin wedged inside of that, right? So range, open, dump to the 50% mark. So pop over today's high and gap fill. That's how we get up. Now, longer term, right, here's that range again. So moving through that range, if positive movement follows us with Bitcoin and the Qs, 302.50. But that's obviously if. Rivian, yeah. So Rivian was pretty sweet today. If anybody grabbed contracts, we talked. I mean, I know a lot of you guys were asking me about this one. It did what it was supposed to do. It went up to this little structure up there, kind of blew through it, but was unable to get above that high, which is specifically what we talked about. And so for now, right, we're looking down. And it could be something that you look at it as a play to the downside, but it is got empty space back underneath this low of day at 1705. You could look for that one to lose at 1650 floor and perhaps even retest down, and that, you know, we'll see where that takes us. But right now I'm still holding strong, waiting to see whether we're going to hold that floor. So
You look at a Soundhound. I looked at it yesterday. I didn't see it today.
yeah, I'll
When
look at it
when
in
you're
just a
done.
second. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Looks pretty good. You know, I always find myself a little bit perplexed on things that, you know, didn't quite, I mean, you don't have a box like right here. It's just flat, right? You just rejected the floor. So there's nothing really you have to go down into a lower time frame to kind of see what Nike's holding on to. And that's going to help us out a great deal. So it looks like you do have a range right here. It looks like you already bounced off of the 50% mark of that. We're going to widen that range again. So, I mean, it's pretty clear, right? We're in need to hold 65, and you're looking for, yeah, I mean, it actually looks really good. I would be looking for a break to 66.70 tomorrow. Oh my God, what a hellhole. Also, I mean, the 24-hour is just trash. However, we can do a couple of things to decide, because it does have empty space on a lower time frame. Man, if this thing gets above 183.65, you got that 4-hour empty space, that 2-hour, that 1 hour. This is a great setup. Over, right, 183 up into maybe 195, right? And that could or would more than likely play into this channel. So yeah, I would look for 191 and 194. Fuck the channel. Throw the channel away. Just focus on the box. I'll keep my eyes peeled on that one, because that actually looks pretty good. Let's see here. It's 350.
Oh, never mind. It doesn't look as good as it did yesterday.
Yeah. You guys always be asking me what I'm swinging. You just want signals. You just want me to give you signals. That's all you want me for. Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. It does not look as good. The empty space is kind of, I mean, if you look at it from a channel perspective, right, you're getting close to, you know, potential breakdown levels, but you're holding right now. So is your TikTok went black? Yeah, on the hourly, dude, you're looking, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You're looking over 183 to try to get up into that empty space 194, which is also a 24-hour level that's holding you down. So expect a big pop. It's tempting to speculate on that one overnight. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. It just needs to break 1410. IW inputs to 242. No arguments there. If you're speculating on that, that's fine. I mean, obviously it's not triggered, but if that's what you're speculating on, sure. It looks like that overhead right there is what we just wicked off of. It's representative on the 15-minute. We can see that floor right here that we got shoved down underneath. So I mean, you're heading to that for the third time. You got 3 off the top. So yeah, if you're speculating on IWM to the downside, I get it. I'm not gonna tell you. Why did I hear? Okay, why am I just heard cabinets slamming in my kitchen, and I thought Peyton was here, but Peyton just walked us to my front door. Like cabinets were just shutting and opening in my kitchen, but Peyton just walked up to the front door. There's some things in life we just ignore them. We're just gonna ignore that. If it's a ghost, maybe it left something in the cabinet and it lost it. It was a little frustrated. I'd probably act the same way if I was a ghost. Look at that. Fear subsided. Everything's fine. There's no way that was my cat, dude. Those cabinets are too high. Nope.
It was your delivery from Japan. They stocked your cabinets with snacks.
No, I haven't ordered from them in a minute. I have to get more toothpaste. It's the best toothpaste in the world, dude. They hide it from everybody.
That's what you said.
It is, dude. I swear to God. 103. So I mean, I see a target of 108.80. It looks great to possibly deliver that tomorrow. And then I mean, if you're looking at this from a channel perspective, the box disintegrates, right? Becomes more of a range here. So yeah, you're literally looking over 104 to 110. Yeah, I guess the hopes would be to get to around 125. Am I going short on NVIDIA? Absolutely not. DK&G looks like everything else. I mean, it's perfect. It is closing at cost basis. I would expect possibly some lower time frame retest, like off of 3330, but it looks good. Right now it's red, which I think gives you a little bit of time. Yeah, it's typical for it to pull back and retest before continuing going up. So yeah, not bad. It's a Slender Man. No, I've had ghostly experiences, but I've never had one like actually. There's only been one that like scared me, but like spooked me, but like I didn't see anything. It was just the room that I went into was like creeping me out. Felt like somebody was fucking watching me, trying to touch me. Ghost touch. Some ghosts be freaky, dude. You never know. Freaky ass, ditty ass ghost, dude. 149 break target, 153 would be my floor target up there. So it looks a little weak right now, but that's what I'd be looking for. SN to the upside. We got 5 minutes here. Looks good. This is weird, but you're above your box. That's cool. You need to be above that. And then you have a good target, yes, of 110, 111. I love IWM. It's so cheap. What time frame do I typically trade it on? I mean, I prefer if most of my trades come from the 24-hour. However, I'm trying to look for opportunity on it. The hourly is always very clear, and then will watch. I mean, it's a different question, because I mean, like, there's times where it's moving really fast and I'm watching it, on the 5. Or I'm looking at, a potential entry, so I'm looking at the hourly to see how it's going to close. Will you please stop? Crazy. But yeah, I mean, my thing is this: if this bounces right off of this 244 and after hours, it's leaving behind empty space. Could reverse that, punch back. But, again, we are closing. Buyers aren't stepping up right now. So, I mean, it is leaning now more to the downside. Let's take a look at the Qs. Yeah, Qs went up for a retest. They're closing right up against cost basis. SPY's looking down. Again, that one I think has that 675. I'm not going to tell you guys what I did, but has that 675 target to the downside, and then a little bit more extra marinade if you have the amount of contracts to let them steep. All right. Yeah, close is getting a little bit more straightforward now. I mean, even now closing against 679, I think SPY looks really good, dude. Oh, it look really good. You are just going straight short. Again, we're in range. We got a gap up above us, so consider that if you're taking a hedge. All right. Me going to take me own life. Oh, sorry.
Mm.
me going to take me own life. Bro, I've been stimming all that shit for days now. Yeah, if you close against cost basis, you could set it up as a straddle. Man, did that thing yank down. I almost typed in we instead of IWM. See, now it's at the floor. So, yeah, how does it respond? We'll see. It's 4 o'clock. Ding, ding, ding. There we go. 488 for... me going to take this for a swing trade. If I do not make money, I'm going to take me own life. Okay. All right. It's from a meme. All right. Nobody call a hotline on me, okay? I know too much about the stock market to take myself out. There it is. God, that's funny. I'm dead. What do I have? All right, I'll tell you now. I got Netflix. Oops, I've had those longs though. Pretty sure it's going to pull back tomorrow. Fairly certain it's going to pull back tomorrow. But I've got Netflix, and I've got IWM, I've got some SPY. That's not it. It's definitely not it. That's hedged equity income. Let's see here. I've got some Core Weave. I've got Rivian, but I've had Rivian forever. You guys know that. Yeah, I got Kava, and I got AI.
You like to torture yourself.
A little bit. A little bit. I do have these
They took a lot of money off me. I ain't doing it no more.
AI. Oh, dude, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again.
You name an apple?
Oh, dude, I fucking hate Apple. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. All right, I will. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see how we open. See if that sets us up for any sort of rapid price acceleration. But otherwise, hope
How
you
could
guys
you
had a
hate
great.
Apple today?
I mean, it's just even when it goes up, dude. I just don't want to trade it. It was a great trade.
Yeah.
Great 1, 2, 3
Yeah.
break. Yeah, I just stay away from it. I also one thing that
Okay.
I've said
Like
this for
BA.
years is it's the contracts. They don't pay the way I like to get paid. Not to say you can't get paid, but there's a big difference between trading this and trading IWM or Netflix or
Yeah.
Hey,
It's a little harder to
hey,
catch,
Pod,
and they don't
can you
always
check
pay. You're
Apple
right.
Lovin'?
yeah, what were you saying, Chad? Sorry, I didn't hear the end of that.
I was just saying that you're correct. It's
Apple
a
Lovin'?
little inconsistent, and then it doesn't pay like it should sometimes. I agree with you.
Yeah. Do you got Chad muted, dude?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I think I annoyed the shit out of him at one point. Yeah, he talks over him. It's all good.
You did.
I got hit with so many things. I didn't know it was real or wrong. I don't know. I'm not good at this.
It's okay. It's okay. It looks good. APP looks good and it's heading in the right direction. It's got a box that you can rely on. 616.50 is the floor. You got a target overhead at 630, 230, and 644. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty. Peace. If you guys are on TikTok, today's the last day for the Cyber Monday sale. No more sales until Christmas. Y'all have a wonderful evening. You guys can see that in the free Discord. Otherwise, I'm out. That's gross, Bobby. That's gross.